What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about my top 5 tips for managing anxiety. I want to talk about things that are different from your average. Breathe, take a bath, go for a walk, do something you enjoy, because that just doesn't cut it when I'm about to have a panic attack. So with Lyme, I've had a lot of anxiety, and I found a couple things that seem to work pretty well for helping calm me down if I'm having a really anxious day or I'm on the verge of an anxiety attack or a panic attack, or even if I'm in the midst of it, if I try and do one of these things to help calm myself down. So the first thing is coloring books. I know this may seem a little odd, but really, really helpful. Actually, one of the best tips I have, I think. So I say get adult coloring books. I have like 5 of these on my shelf. Don't get, a kid's coloring book that's really too easy and basic, but you also don't want something that's too hard because that's going to add more anxiety to an already anxious situation. But you want something that's kind of in the middle. If you just have like a big square that you're trying to color, then your mind has the ability to wander because it's so basic. But if you have something that's a little more difficult than that, but that's not too hard, it allows your mind to focus on something other than what's making you anxious. So like these books just have lots of pictures, and you can color them in however you want. Get some color pencils or whatever. I haven't done like this one, but where the shapes are pretty easy to color, but it's the same thing and it's changing, so your mind has to focus. I think adult coloring books are actually really awesome, and why they work and how they work is if you're really anxious and you can't stop thinking about the things that are making you anxious, it forces you to focus on something. And if it's a pattern like I just showed you in one of these books, it forces your mind to focus on all the little details in there to color. And so you're focusing on on something that's not stressful. It's pretty monotonous, but your brain doesn't have the chance to go wander off and think about the things that are making you anxious. And so if I'm feeling really anxious, a lot of times I get anxious at night and I can't sleep because of it. And so I'll just have the lights on really low, get my coloring book and my color pencils and color, and it just takes my mind off of everything else that's kind of stressing me out. And then I'll get tired and be able to fall asleep. So, definitely get some of these and get to coloring. My second tip is kind of related. I say listen to music, but I specifically advise getting a good pair of headphones. These are like DJing headphones, so they kind of suction into my ears and block out everything else that's going on around me. So I'll just plug them in and listen to either, sad music, then if that's what I'm in the mood for, or happy music, or my favorite song, or whatever you want to listen to. But it kind of shuts out the world. So it's kind of like the coloring book idea, where it takes your mind off of whatever's making you anxious, or, the world around you that's stressing you out. So listening to music, especially getting really good headphones like these, that it almost sounds like my brain is in surround sound, so I can't hear anything else that's going on, which is really great because suddenly I am completely focused on the sound that's coming into my headphones, so whatever that good music is, instead of what's stressing me out. And a lot of times when I'm anxious or stressed, if I'm just really sensitive to like all the noises around me. So if I'm hearing, a door close in the other room, or the dog barking or something, it just heightens my stress level, or I just kind of go off easier. And so this blocks all of that out, which is fantastic. So that's my second tip. Get some good headphones and listen to music. Similar idea to the first one, just cuts out the world around you and all that stress that might be contributing to your anxiety. My third tip is to get some peppermint or lavender tea or even essential oils. This is not peppermint, but we're gonna pretend it is because I can't find my peppermint one right now. And so peppermint, lavender, rosemary, those are all scents that are supposed to be really calming to your brain. These are scientifically proven to be very calming, and they're also calming to your nervous system. So a lot of times when we're anxious, our nervous system is just on overload. Even touch and sensation and sound, like I was saying, is too much. And so being able to calm your nervous system down is super, super important. So make like a cup of peppermint tea, a cup of lavender tea, something like that, or get some essential oils, and usually I'll put them either on the bottom of my feet, on like right in here between my thumb and forefinger, and on my temples. Just rub it into my temples, or even the back of my neck to calm my brain down. So definitely, get some of those. The fourth tip is to bundle yourself up. So put on a bunch of layers, sweatshirt, sweatpants, and blanket, and kind of cocoon yourself. This idea is similar to swaddling a baby. So that's how you calm a baby down, or even a thunder jacket for a dog. When they're freaking out, when there's a thunderstorm and you get those thunder jackets, it's really calming for them because it's the pressure and the sensation of, warmth and feeling loved and connected. And so it's kind of the same idea with humans. So if you curl up in a blanket really tight, like tighten the blanket up around you, that can actually help calm you down. It's the pressure on your body and the feeling of warmth and the feeling of like you're not alone and abandoned in the middle of nowhere with nothing. It's kind of funny, my body is just the complete opposite in terms of everything in life, but when I'm super anxious or about to have a panic attack or stressed out, I do not want to be touched. I do not want to be hot. I want to be cold. I usually have like all the blankets off, all the layers off, nothing's touching me, and I have my fan on like blowing in my face because the heat actually stresses me out. So you kind of just have to figure out what works for you. Either bundle up, get warm, have all the layers, or don't have anything touching you, cool yourself off. So just figure out which one works for you, but usually one of those can kind of help calm your system down depending on your own body. And my last, fifth and final tip is to have someone rub your feet or scratch your back. And I don't mean massage your back, but like just scratch your back. Weirdly enough, this is extremely calming to our systems for a variety of reasons. So, or go get a massage. I mean, that works too, but I think that just having someone rub your back, someone you trust and who understands and that you love, to do that. So a lot of the times when we're stressed or anxious or having a panic attack, we feel really alone, like completely, like no one else understands us. And if you have someone who you trust to be able to come in and rub your feet or scratch your back, it's extremely calming because it makes us feel like we're not abandoned and not alone, and that we are loved and someone cares. And also, I think most of you probably know this, but when you give someone a hug, there's a hormone that's released in your body called oxytocin, and so that's also what happens with babies. Like, you want to hold a baby against your naked chest, usually a newborn, because it makes them feel loved and connected because that hormone is released. So it's the same idea as an adult, being touched, skin to skin to contact by another human being releases oxytocin in our system, which makes us feel happier, calmer, connected, loved, not abandoned, not alone. And so if you can have someone you trust be able to rub your back or your feet or whatever, even getting massaged by a stranger it releases that because it's the skin to skin contact. So to help calm your system down, because it makes you feel less alone and afraid and anxious. That's my last tip. So those are my top 5 tips. Get an adult coloring book. Listen to some good music with some good headphones. Idea is to take your mind completely off of whatever's causing that anxiety. Force your brain into a really monotonous activity or an activity that doesn't allow you to focus on those stressful events. Get some peppermint, lavender, rosemary essential oils or tea to rub on certain places on your body to help calm your nervous system. Bundle up in a lot of blankets, or cool yourself off, whichever one works better for you. And then have someone scratch your back or rub your feet. Most of the time, those first 4, I will do them all together. So I will put on a good set of headphones with good music, start coloring, have my tea right there that I can sip on, or have put some essential oils on before I start coloring, and have my fan on, or be curled up in a blanket, either or. So I would definitely give those a shot if you deal with any type of anxiety, even if it's really severe in terms of having anxiety and panic attacks. I used to get those a lot. In college, I would have up to 3 anxiety attacks in one night, and as I started to learn these tips, it helped decrease the frequency of those attacks, the length of those attacks, and kind of the severity of all of them. So just try these things out and see if they're helpful, and if they are, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other tips that have been really helpful for you in terms of anxiety and panic and fear, let me know in the comments below as well. So those are my top 5 tips. I hope you guys found them useful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more healthy living videos or tips and tricks for managing chronic illness, living a healthy lifestyle, good food. And then let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that you want to see, or what types of videos you want to see in the future. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.